Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Minorities Podcast, your home for not-so-expert analysis, shit-talking, and coming up with way better mascot names than what the hell Washington finally did choose officially. I'm your host and resident Titans fan, JC. Joining me, as always, are...
I officially quit football. Fuck everybody.
Okay. All right.
Fuck all of you. I hate you all.
Okay.
Hey, welcome to the club. Been here a year.
Right into it.
Great time.
Yeah, bitter. A little bit bitter. I'm okay, though. I'll live.
Good. Couldn't tell.
This is this is Nori. I'm a fan of the maybe not racist Giants. So kind of seeing what's going on there. So yeah. Might be switching jerseys. Let's see what happens here. Not sure.
Hey everyone, this is Rob, the Tampa Bay Bucks fan for life, and soon to be a bandwagon Rams fan or Bengals fan or something. Bandwagon way to go because Brady's gone.
Yeah, be sad, little bitch. Fuck you.
Oh.
At least I don't have Garoppolo.
Well, neither today. He's about to get traded. So
Yeah, that's true.
Thank
Now
God.
the Bucks just got to find its quarterback. Maybe it'll
Fuck
be
you.
Jimmy G.
Yeah, no, we're gonna go draft somebody in the 6th round or something. Hope for the
you should
best.
get James and Winston back so you can go 8-9.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
There you go.
Yeah, 30 for 30.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, exactly, Rob. Fuck you.
What's up, everyone? DJ here, Cowboys fan, and super happy to announce that the Washington football team is now the Washington Commies.
There it is. I figured I would let the Cowboys fan introduce that to rivalry. Believe me, guys, we're going to spend a lot of time later razzing Dan Snyder and the Washington ownership for what the fuck they came up with.
Dan Snyder was like, you thought the Redskins were racist? Watch this.
Watch this.
On so many levels, and
man.
probably not intentional either.
beer.
So,
Hold my beer, bro.
Attention on my ass. That wasn't intentional.
first off, congrats to Rob with the Bengals beating the Chiefs, going to the Super Bowl. Rob has won our bracket challenge.
Right.
Congratulations, Rob.
Robert.
But a bittersweet week for you because then...
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You got your one Super Bowl. Shut up. I don't want to hear anything.
Conference championship weekend, guys. This was... These playoffs, outside of the wild card weekend, has been some of the best. Divisional round, conference championship round, the games have been amazing. How many of y'all were ready to write off the Bengals after that first half, though? Be honest.
Me?
Oh, 21-3? Yeah, that
Yeah.
was like...
Yeah, I was like, that's game over.
I
You're not catching.
started playing
catching
video
the Chiefs.
games and everything.
Yeah.
Come
I
back.
didn't. I didn't because the last 2 years you've seen so many teams make really ridiculous. It's like if you guys are gamers, if any of you guys are listening to the whole 4 fans that we have that are listening, imagine playing Ultimate Marvel 3 when like basically the whole season has been X Factor. The whole entire season's been like, oh, we're about to die. Watch this.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's just defensive lapses or offenses being like pulling the. I don't know what it is, man. But I didn't write them off because this season has taught me that just wait to the fourth quarter.
I feel like defenses caught up to like the offenses this year. Like the offenses have been like amazing, and like
But the
this year,
defense caught up.
Yeah, like the defense is just caught up this year. Like I think you're seeing athletic players on the defensive side of the ball that we weren't seeing before. Like we would see Tyreek Hill would just burn all the cornerbacks. This year he got maybe 3 or 4 cornerbacks that he really burnt, and.
I mean, you think about it, it's always the whole adage, defense wins championships. And in the case of the recent seasons in the NFL, who's making the best adjustments on defense? Who's actually doing that? I mean, look at the Super Bowl last year. Tampa shut down Tyreek Hill, made so many. I mean, it was 31-9 was the final score. Like,
Yeah.
they couldn't
They
even.
also attacked. Their big thing was their pass rush. You
Yeah.
had Sue, you had Barrett, you had JPP, and then on that, but Tampa Bay was injured. It was a really bad thing. Like they just couldn't do anything.
Your defense has to
Kansas
adjust
City
to it.
was injured. Yeah, Kansas City was injured last year.
That's what I'm saying. Their offensive line was so injured. It was a horrible match.
But God, props to their defense this game. Like, so many people worried about. I mean, just let's look at the fact that the Titans were able to run on him, pass on him, And in the second half, they shut KC down. That touchdown they got before the half to cut it to 21-10 got their confidence back, and you didn't hear much of Tyreek Hill that game.
No,
you really didn't.
No peace signs, no nothing. It was. Yeah.
So
let's stop.
maybe they should thank. Maybe Tyreek Hill should thank him because he's not getting fined for making a peace sign in the game either. So
I was really impressed with the Bengals defense. Honestly, like they completely shut down the pass. Like that's impressive against.
They shut down the run too. The run was gashing him in the first half.
Yep. And even to the point where we talked about the overtime rules last week. KC wins the toss again, but the Bengals did what the Bills did not. They stepped up on defense and got the turnover.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you win a game in overtime when you don't win the toss. Your defense has to step up. It is a total team game, and that was really evidence of how this game went. The defense made a big play. Burrow did just enough to get them where they need to win the game, and then their kicker's just money. I mean, outside of Justin Tucker's probably the best in the football right now. So,
I think my favorite meme that came out of that was the football gods having a sense of humor and Mahomes throwing it away at 13 seconds.
Yes.
Wow.
So many little things in this game. So
that's crazy, dude.
Yeah. NFC Championship, Chicken Wing. I know this is tough for you to talk about, but
yeah, talk about it. Prophecy and all.
What went wrong for your Niners this game?
Fuck you.
Scored less points than the other team.
Besides that,
yep, that about sums it up.
LA scored more than San Francisco. That's what happened.
Okay.
You know what it was? LA got the last play of the game. LA got the last play of the game. That was it.
But why did they have the last play of the game?
Well, before that.
Like how they did Arizona. That's what they really did. They just abused our offensive line. They basically, like, if you really sat down and like watched the game as a whole, they did exactly what they needed to do. They forced Jimmy to throw the ball. They stopped our run. They held us pretty low on rushing yards.
Yeah.
They blew up our corners.
They held Eli in rushing yards. Debo was running away with shit. Like
he was, but think about it. Even with Debo running away with shit, we still couldn't control the game. We still couldn't control the clock. So there was that problem.
Yeah, well, that's on your coach for keep trying to run Eli at first down for every single possession.
I think it's an anomaly that the 49ers have beaten them 6 times in a row anyway, because consistently, the last 2 years at least, the Rams have had a more overall talented team. So
it's hard to call it an anomaly if it's 6 wins in a row. It might just be
that's
that
my point. It's insane that how good of a coach Shanahan is, and then even then they only lost by 3. Like, how many times can he beat them?
More than that. It's a lot more than that, because 3 years ago, they beat us 4 straight, and then we got 6 straight on them. So if you look at the last 10, we're really 6-4. So
it's a streaky rivalry, basically. So.
Yeah, it's just a streak. And then the other thing is this was the only year of those 6 games that Matthew Stafford was at the helm. The other 4 were Jared Goff. So you really can't say it's an anomaly.
Well, to be fair,
Stafford lost the season.
Stafford still lost 2 in the season.
You lost 2 in the season. Like
he did. He lost 2 in the season. Yes, but I'm saying, like, you can't be surprised. Like, we had that lead. 4 of those 6 were Jared Goff. No matter how you slice it. So you really can't give them that much credit. Not to say that they didn't do what they needed to do. They did exactly what they needed to do. Force Jimmy to throw the ball, which you see what happens with that. And then throw it against our corners, which you see what happens to that. They basically exposed their weakness. Like, I can't be like, I'm still sad that we lost. Yes, we got away with the first 2 games in the wild cards. We had no business beating Dallas. We had no business beating Green Bay, but we did, and it wasn't with Jimmy G. Kime said it the best, despite what Jeff Garcia's dumbass said,
jeez.
That was a special moment right there.
Yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, the Rams knew what they had to do to beat us. They knew that they couldn't stop us entirely from running. They knew they couldn't stop us entirely from scoring, but they knew what they needed to do to exploit our weaknesses. That's what happened.
That's just the familiarity with a division opponent too.
That too.
Yeah. Jimmy G, for all the shit he got this season, obviously everyone's just going to focus on his panic interception at the end there. But,
Yep.
seriously, take the sack.
Which was a bounce interception, by the way.
Really? Oh, so you think he was
That's
down
it.
already, or
No, he threw it off the one player's hands, who bounced into another.
Yeah,
He didn't throw
exactly.
it clean to
Yeah.
a rim player.
So he was
So
just trying
that's
to get rid of
another stat that's like people just reading, like, oh, he gave the game away. No, he didn't.
Yeah. So it's look, Jimmy G didn't have a bad season, and I know Chicken shit on him all, and he's going to be traded from San Francisco. He's been pretty open about it. The franchise has been pretty open about it. They're trying to move on from him. How much of his contract the Niners are going to have to absorb, I'm not sure. I know it's a pretty hefty sum. So, but with some of the retirements that came out, a lot more quarterback spots are opened up. A lot more teams are going to be looking for quarterbacks as well. So the Super Bowl matchup itself, it's hard to root against either one of these teams.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh, well, besides you, yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck LA Rams. Go back. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you're getting from me.
Okay.
It sounded a little angry there, Mike.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Says the bitter 49er fan. Yes.
But you got to be happy for Stafford.
Nope.
You do. Proof
No,
positive that once you leave Detroit, great things can happen in your career. And he's
Ecstatic. I'd be
Yeah.
ecstatic if I'm a 49ers fan because honestly, there was many points in the season they shouldn't even made the playoffs. Like none of us
Yeah.
talked about or anybody even had them in the playoffs. So to have the run they did, like I don't understand why they're most like, well, I don't know, maybe it's just chicken wing, but a lot of people like they should be
Think about
like
it. If
happy
your team is
where they're at.
one game away from the Super Bowl and you lose, you'd be pretty scorned about it too, regardless. Of
Oh,
how
I
you-
know. I believe me. The year that Tennessee lost to KC, the one KC won it all, I was pretty upset.
Yeah.
So, but it didn't mind it so much because they did beat the Niners in the Super Bowl. And it
What I'm
was
saying is,
fine.
though, there was such a big underdog. Like if it was like Green Bay should be pissed, Dallas should be pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're better than 49ers on both sides of the ball, at least this year. And so it's more of an underdog thing that just kind of just ran out of steam.
Yeah.
And you only lost by 3. So I don't know. I think they have a lot to build on, and
And
hopefully
if
Lance
anything,
can be better. Who knows? I don't know.
that game proved one thing that we've been saying all season: the NFC West is the toughest division in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Even with Seattle's struggles,
Yep.
that was still the toughest division in the NFL, hands down. It's just crazy. It ultimately came down to that division deciding who gets to play in the Super Bowl. So, and for the second year in a row, a team is hosting the Super Bowl in their home stadium. The Rams being the first to host a conference championship and a Super Bowl in their home stadium as well. So,
That is not the Rams' home stadium. Like they'll never.
Yeah, LA doesn't have a home stadium. They don't even know they have a team,
that's true.
let alone 2 of them.
It's
Like,
it's currently
it's
called
always-
Levi's House.
Yeah.
That's a Lakers town. They barely know they have the Clippers.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah, and well, I guess you can say Lakers and Dodgers. Yeah, at least they know
So-
that, right?
Quick
Yeah.
question. Back to the Stafford leaving Detroit.
You know that.
thing.
No, that.
Do you think
No, go ahead,
Megatron, if he had left Detroit, would have succeeded anywhere else?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
The problem
No,
was that it
Yeah,
was a Barry
without a
Sanders
doubt.
thing. Detroit was never going to let him go. They're too stubborn about it. So
You can't catch for 300 yards, against a team because the quarterback is so good. Like Stafford's good, right? But Megatron, like, oh my God, imagine him on the Patriots. Imagine him with Brady on the
Yeah.
Bucks. Like, imagine him with fucking a few years ago, Ben Roethlisberger healthy with the Steelers. Like, there's so many possibilities that needed a quarterback or a wide receiver. I wish he would have just demanded a trade instead of just retiring.
See,
But-
but this
that's
is
the thing.
before
I think
all.
he did,
This is,
but Detroit wasn't going to give that, so he just retired. It was a Barry Sanders thing all over again. It's either you cut me, you trade me, or I'm retiring. And Detroit was too stubborn to do it.
and
Yeah. So
that's
I mean, how
I think
bad
you only have
is
to be
your
retired
franchise
for a
that
year, though.
a top player would rather retire than play for you?
But I
he
think
was in
I
his
think
prime though.
that's what I'm saying. I think you only have to retire for a year because look at Favre. Favre,
It depends on how much time's left on your contract. So, like, I think with Barry Sanders' case, they had him locked up for what, 3 or 4 more years?
3 years, I think.
Yeah. So they still have the rights to that.
So like, if he came back, he would have had to come back as a lion.
Yeah. Or negotiate it. It's very
Negotiate.
similar to Sean Payton right now. Obviously, not fully
He's-
retiring as a coach, but stepping down. But they still have the rights to him for 3 years. So if any team tries to hire him as a coach, they got to negotiate some sort of compensation with the Saints for it.
Yeah, DJ,
Yeah.
Oh, listen, Jared's already on it. He's negotiating right now.
Jared's
I talked to him yesterday. I was like, "Gotta get this shit done, dude. Get McCarthy out of there."
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Jared's checkbook, man.
Tom Brady himself. I think Tom Brady has like one more year before he retired, right? So did he have like a year left or something?
He has a year left on the contract, but as long as he made it past like a certain date, I think it didn't matter.
Yeah, but maybe if he sits out all next season, there's a potential he could come back and try and beat Michael Jordan in retirements. You know, that kind of thing. So
I'm telling you, he's got to come back to the Jets, take the Jets all the way, and just be like, "Look, I can do it. You can do it. Good." And just be like, yeah. Then he has to do it with the Lions. Lions are going to be the very last one.
that would be the ultimate if he took the Lions to a Super Bowl championship.
Bruh.
That'd be the ultimate. Then you're just legendary at that point. So
Then he's just Thanos, CSI with the 5 rings.
there's going to be a lot to talk about with the Super Bowl. We're going to do that next week. A lot of stories around it. For the most part now, though, just congrats to the fans of the Cincinnati Bengals especially. God, they've been waiting for this a long time. And been there twice. Have faced the 49ers there twice. Couldn't beat them. It was the Montana and the Steve Young eras. Now you're there facing the Rams. And I'm pretty sure you got a bunch of Niners fans cheering for you to win this one. So.
And you have Beckham ready to beat up another Ohio team. I can't wait.
Oh, my gosh. Yep.
Slight correction. They were both Montana games.
They were both Montana games? Okay. I couldn't remember if Steve Young was one of them or not. So, yeah. And, that's another one for for Nori. You said it, too, in our group chat. I guess Odell Beckham Jr. was the problem, right?
Yeah, no, I'm glad that
It's obvious. Yeah.
You know, the culture improved so much when, he left. Like, we had DeAndre Baker go to jail, for aggravated assault and robbery. We had Golden Tate literally making problems on and off the field. Like, the culture just improved so much when he left, and I'm really glad that we made that trade. We got a lot out of it. Thank you.
Yeah, you sure did.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gettleman.
The Browns are looking like geniuses now, too, right? After that shit. All right. A little bit of NFL news to discuss before we start razzing on Washington. Ben Roethlisberger officially retired. We all kind of saw it coming.
Yep.
Time. He had the retirement party in KC.
Yeah, he did. Tom Brady, it was reported that he was retiring, denied it, wouldn't even went so much on a podcast on Monday night to say he was still thinking about it, and then announcing on his Instagram that he was retiring. In a long written statement, but one that was heavily scrutinized in Boston, and I'm sure Nori's going to love this, he made no mention of his time with the Patriots in his little retirement post.
Wait. He didn't play for the Bucs for 20-plus years?
No, apparently not.
Oh.
No. My favorite part of that retirement post is his picture is when he beat the Patriots in a Bucs uniform.
I think that was
There
was no shot whatsoever at New England.
He's not throwing shade. No.
Not at all.
What the hell happened in New England for him to just maybe throw some subtle shade after 20 years?
You can see Belichick how fucking messy he is. So, you can see.
At the end of the day, he's not the only one. A bunch of people have came in there and tossed tons of shade at New England, how they ran, how things go on there. So it's just I think people paid more attention because it's Tom. But if you look back, there are a lot of players who tossed a lot of shade.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
you
can
see the personality change from every single player that's left the Patriots to wherever they've gone. They've always come out with more personality, more lively. Look at Sony Michel on the Rams.
Yep.
If you've seen any interviews with him prior to him leaving,
He actually talks now. Yeah.
Yeah, he talks. He has life. Same thing with Brady. You saw him have fun. You saw him fall off.
I'll miss Tampa Tom. He talked so much shit. I didn't know he had that kind of personality. I had no idea. Besides what I see him in random movies and stuff on the cover of Madden, I'm like, man, this guy is free. This guy is free now.
It's funny you mention it. I ran across a YouTube video where he was on Conan when he was at the Super Bowl, still with the Patriots, and they played his Clueless game where they played For Honor, and he was just kind of going through the motions in the interview, not showing a lot of personality, But if they had done that segment now when he's in Tampa, he would have been having so much more fun with it.
See his segment on the shop with LeBron.
It's LeBron, yeah. It's
He said that pretty much not only New England, but everything he says in the NFL is bullshit. That he has this other personality. It's not like himself. And he talked so much shit on the shop, saying like every time I compliment a player, that's the one I want to target. Like when I'm complimenting that somebody's so great, I think they're fucking trash. Like
Okay.
I like how his real personality came out because he was on. That was the first year he went to Tampa, and he did that in the preseason. That me and Rob were like talking about that. Like, holy fuck, are you hearing the shit coming out of his mouth?
Yeah.
Like I
he
couldn't
will
wait.
go after you, and like he was like, you talking shit? I bet. Like,
You think years from now we're gonna get like a ESPN special? I don't know if you want to call it the Last Dance or something, but like a Michael Jordan kind of thing, but with Tom Brady.
I'm sure it'll make too much money.
Brady.
You can't have one for Jordan, not for Brady. Like Brady,
He's
like
he already has one. He's got a 9-episode one that his production company has done for his first 9 seasons in New England.
right. But I wonder
okay.
if like ESPN will like take the gloves off a little bit and do their own. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Wasn't
it's
that
Brady.
done
It'll have
by
to
ESPN?
include
I
Belichick.
can't remember if it was done by ESPN.
I mean, it's Brady's production company. Like,
Yeah.
there are no baby gloves of that one. You know, they're like the truths are gonna come out.
Yeah. But I mean,
Can't
like with the
wait.
Jordan one, there was like never before seen footage. He's
Right,
not
right.
really associated as a player anymore. You know, he's an owner. It's years down the
Yeah.
road. And it was like, what, 20 years since that last season? He puts the gloves off, you know? And
Yeah.
a lot of players that did interviews did as well. I mean, Scottie Pippen had stuff to stay on that like has stuck with him since. So,
Quite a lot. Yeah.
you know, it'd be interesting to see if they do it years down the road, what Brady would say, hell, what Gronk would say. I mean, not that Gronk has much of a filter as it is, but imagine him being able to say stuff when he's not under a contract or having to watch what he says. On some
My
level.
favorite thing about Gronk and Brady is like they have that T-Mobile commercial where like it's Brady just having like random conversation and he's talking about an invitation to come play golf or something and he's like, come play football. I'm like, oh, that is the best commercial.
Yeah, how he convinced Gronk to go play football.
Yeah, how
yes.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah. What is the moment for Brady's career, which he never really used the retirement phrase, so there's a chance he might not be fully retired. What is the moment you guys are gonna remember the most about his career, whether it was against your
Roll.
team or
the tuck roll.
the tuck roll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's pretty famous.
And then Josh McDaniels joined the Raiders, and he goes, "By the way, that was a fumble." First thing he said to Chucky. First thing he said to him.
Way to
The whole
endear him,
little,
right?
he did a whole little skit with Charles Woodson. He was like, yeah, and he was actually showing the tuck rule, and then he's like, oh yeah, by the way, that's the tuck rule now. And Woodson like, oh, you see this? See this bullshit right here? Like you'll see it. Like there's a whole skit on it, so you can look it up on YouTube.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fumble by today's standards, you know. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I think 2007 Brady was fucking OP. Honestly,
And they'll still beat him.
I mean, I'm just talking about the regular season. I'm
Yeah.
talking about the shit they did in the regular season. I don't think we'll. If we do see it, it won't be for many years. That was unbelievable.
I don't know.
It's true. No one else has anything that just stands out. So
No, fuck him.
I mean, 60 out of a regular season. Like, there's not much more that like.
And to kind of throw a wrench in, like I kind of feel bad for his because I think he wanted to, for as big as he wanted to retire and do something big.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, it really sucks when these, you know,
The
I know
injuries
that.
piled up, yeah.
No, not the injuries. What I'm saying, the direction I'm going in, what I'm saying is like they want to announce their own shit. At a certain
Yeah.
point, I feel like the players should be able to. And Schefter was right, but he fucking robbed him of that completely.
yeah, it's kind of annoying. Whoever leaked it to Schefter, like, dude should be
Right.
fired. Whoever the fuck that was.
I agree.
Yeah, something like this, and I get it. Schefter's doing his job.
He's trying to eat, yeah, but still,
But-
like that's
Do you really
That
have
sucks.
to report it? Do you have to scoop it? Like, can you let the guy make the retirement on his own? You know,
you have the
this
greatest
doesn't seem
quarterback
right.
ever who can't make it, do his own thing. Like he should have been able to give a speech
Yeah,
or whatever, and that was just like we got to settle with some shitty Instagram post. That sucks.
you almost wanted it to be something like Tim Duncan's retirement announcement. Like, Tim didn't make a big hoopla about it. Didn't do like a farewell season. People had some ideas that it was going to happen. LeBron even posted a photo of the two of them that year. But his retirement was basically announced in an interview he did with a friend from back home from the Virgin Islands. He did an interview with them, talking all about it. Sent a letter that the Spurs posted, and that was that. And I think Brady was hoping to do something similar.
The world will never know.
We'll
Thank
never
you,
know.
Al.
He should have did like Kobe did. His last year, he said, every goddamn arena I go to, I want a sacrifice. I want something. I want tribute everywhere. I want somebody's jerseys. I want somebody's, somebody give me your children. Like, I want a sacrifice from
Scored
somebody.
60,
for
70
every-
points in his final game or some shit like that.
And you know what?
So.
You know what? It's not like Kobe didn't earn it. He earned it.
Oh, he earned it, yeah.
He earned
So.
it. So fine. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, Derek Jeter, Mariano Rivera did the same farewell tour, with the
Yeah, if you're that big of an athlete, you know what? You deserve it. You deserve a farewell tour.
Non-football related for Brady, my favorite moment will always be him and Ted 2, when Ted and Mark Wahlberg's character are trying to go get sperm so that Ted and his wife can have and they just pull the sheet open and it starts glowing like, holy shit, Brady catches him and he throws Ted out the window and Mark Wahlberg's like, oh my god, perfect spiral, so it was it's just one of those funny moments. But what's up?
I'm just going to throw one in, and my apologies in advance to all the Atlanta fans. 28-3.
Oh, damn.
I
still
remember that
wondering
Super
if
Bowl
he's-
for the moment that Nori finally realized, yeah, Brady really is the greatest of all time.
Are you asking me? Oh, yeah, no, it was that one because
Yeah, it was
for
that one.
for the longest time, I thought it was Montana because
Yeah.
Montana not only got there 4 times but never lost. But then when the guy's getting there 6 times now
Yeah.
and 7 times now, it's like, Jesus Christ, like, okay, like, enough. Like, yeah, like, I can't.
I get it. Yeah. I
That
get it.
comeback
trying
and going to
harder-
overtime, the only overtime Super Bowl ever in
If
history.
you're emotionally trying to defend something versus factually, it's time to give up that point. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to like how he conducted himself on the Patriots, but he never broke any laws. You know what I mean? It was just like, they were just smug. And it was just more the organization, finding loopholes and bullshit, and probably arguably, very arguably, getting away with bullshit. You know what I mean? And
Oh, you mean that deflated football? Of course.
Okay, the deflated football thing, I have to say, was bullshit. The Spygate thing, yeah, definitely. That's something they should have been punished for. Deflated football thing, I don't even think that was a big deal. It was cold, so the air pressure was down a little bit. Like, sorry.
I think those are the more
Deflated
the
footballs are not
punishing
the reason the
than-
Colts lost that game. They got their asses beat, plain
Right,
and simple.
JC.
So,
So, along that lines, one of my favorite Twitter posts to the retirement thing were the Jets, where they're like, "So is this real?"
It's going to be real. It's
Like,
gonna
is
be
it-
fucking real.
Like, because they saw the first time, they're like, "Yeah," but then he came back and was like, "No." And they're just like, no. So, either that or Eli's post where he said, "Thank you for letting me win a few."
yes.
That was a good one too.
Yeah, you got it.
He's always going to have that on him, So,
Yeah.
oh, man.
And that's why
And
Eli
has-
be the
has,
greatest Manning ever.
Uh-huh.
He's the GOAT.
Has Brady still ever shaked Nick Foles' hand?
No.
Still to this day,
To
no.
this day, has not.
That'd be a good. That'd be a good goddamn fucking show somewhere. That'd be really fucking funny. He just pops out of a crowd somewhere, just like ready to shake his hand. That'd be fucking dope.
Yeah.
That'd be funny
And Nick Foles
because
would
And he
be
just
like,
looks
"No,
at him
man."
and walks away. He's like, "Nah."
because you know
Saturday Night Live skit or something.
yeah, because he at least he lost to a Manning twice. You know what I mean? You lost to Nick goddamn Foles. You lost to the substitute teacher that year. That's how good that Eagles team was. It was crazy.
Oh my god.
Congrats,
he's
Brady, on a great
$20.
career. I don't know if this is really the end, though. I'm not fully convinced.
I like how we're talking like it's his fucking eulogy.
I know. Well, I mean, you said that with a big. I mean, come on. How often do you see a talent like this in your lifetime? Basketball fans, we got it with Michael Jordan. Like,
Mike
Yep.
White.
huh?
You seen him play?
Okay. So I'm gonna say it. I'm actually glad I was born in the '80s because I got to see Michael Jordan, Kobe, David Robinson, Tim Duncan. Get to see Montana. I got to see Steve Young. Got to
Yep.
see
Mike
I
Tyson.
got
Troy
to see
Aikman,
Brady. I
Mike
got to
Tyson,
see
Wayne
Aikman.
Gretzky.
I got to see Gretzky. I got to see I've got to see expansion teams go from nothing to champions. I've
Brian
got
Leaf.
to see-
Right.
That is
Marcus Russell.
See,
Marcus
That's
Russell.
the Marcus Russell, yeah.
Uh,
Kwame Brown. Oh,
Johnny Manziel.
Might as well just say John Cena at this point. Jesus.
Ken
John
Griffey
Cena was
Jr.
great though. Hold on, he actually was great.
I
We're
mean,
talking about failures.
Yeah.
I'm joking about failures.
No,
But no,
So-
Rob's right. Yeah, the stuff we've got to see is pretty OP.
Shit,
absolute
like
legend.
Nolan Ryan, Ken Griffey Jr. There's so many that in this era of sports, it's
Sammy Sosa.
Sam. Well, that's
Yeah,
another
I saw
discussion.
Wayne
Sorry.
Gretzky in a New York Rangers uniform.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, huh?
Mhm.
So. Yeah, you mentioned Sosa, McGuire, Bonds. Sorry, but it just bothers me that the people that basically saved baseball are not even in the Hall of Fame. And you can argue with me all you want, but yeah, that was.
No, of course, no. I think almost everybody's on the same page. You know, it's just like Congress. It's just a bunch of old, outdated white men who don't know what the fuck they're doing and making decisions. That's all the baseball Hall of Fame of bullshit is.
Speaking of old, outdated white men, this would be fun to talk about. Coaching hires in the NFL. And you
I
guys
thought you were
know
going to
with
Dan
this.
Snyder.
Huh?
I really did.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to Dan Snyder. I really did.
I'm not going to that side. Well, we're going to get there.
Yeah, that was
We're
a
going to
good
get
way
there.
to Snyder, honestly. Yeah.
We're going to get there. But Chicago, Denver, Las Vegas, the Giants, and Jacksonville have all hired coaches. Apparently, Minnesota has as well after Jim Harbaugh officially made the announcement that he has turned down the Vikings job. But the Vikings, I guess, had a second option. They're negotiating that contract now. But Miami, New Orleans, and Houston at this point are still looking for coaches right now. New Orleans, of course, Sean Payton recently announced he was stepping down as coach. A lot of rumors that he could potentially be going to Dallas. Probably after another season. I think they'll start negotiating that. But, Nori, first let's talk about the guy the Giants hired, first of all. Brian DeBall. Is that how you say his last name?
Dable. I thought it was the ball too. It's Dable.
Yeah, stable.
I thought the same thing you did.
Thoughts on the hire? I saw a press conference where he's just pretty sarcastic attitude. He's not going to take shit from the media, but your thoughts on the hire for your Giants?
I cannot be happier with the offseason of the Giants, honestly. Like, even the Maras didn't fuck up like they normally do. They said they were going to do something and they did it. Ironically, they were actually going to hire Brian Flores, but then they promised themselves, they promised the media that they're going to let Shane do his thing. So Shane wanted his own guy, which is not bad because I think every GM kind of like wants their own guy.
Okay.
You know. But yeah, no, we're literally the New York Bills. We're taking the whole entire coaching staff, and I mean, shit. If the Giants can even make the playoffs the next 2-3 years and start making NFC Championship games consistently, I'll take it.
Let's just go with a positive win record first. They don't even need to make a playoffs yet. Just let them give up.
Just got to turn the season around, right? So
Yeah.
that's going to take a little time. Other big coaching hires of the week: Byron Leftwich going to Jacksonville. Something we called out early on, especially after the Urban Meyer firing.
That's fucking cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sad about that.
I know you are, but it's well deserved, and it's a right hire for that fan base. Leftwich is such a
He's gonna do great with Lawrence. He's gonna do great with Lawrence.
He's an amazing offensive coordinator, so I can't wait to see what he does.
and he's
Man.
got major ties to that city and that franchise too. So
Yeah.
Josh McDaniels in Vegas.
So
They
Is it going to
deserve
be
each
better
other.
than the first time around?
They deserve each other.
this is
I love it. I can't wait. Cannot wait.
this is drama.
I think this will be entertaining, is what I think it will be. That's
This
what I'm
is
going to tell you.
perfect for Vegas, is what it is.
For sure. Yeah.
It is a show. It's going to be just amazing performances
Yeah.
with people yelling and screaming and getting arrested and parties, and something's gonna happen because it's Josh McDaniels again.
So the status quo, basically. What are you
Yeah.
saying?
Do you think he's going to run back home to daddy after he fails again?
If he fails again, I don't know if he'll ever coach in the NFL again. To be honest with you, maybe as a coordinator.
It's perplexing to me. It's perplexing to me that Josh McDaniels was even a serious candidate when there are actual other,
Yeah.
like so much more qualified, like white ones, black ones. That I feel like if you fuck up something so bad, it's not like I'll learn from this. Like what? Like bro, you set the Broncos back like 12 years.
Yep.
That's how bad he fucked all that up. And
Like
Brian Flores, why wasn't a serious candidate for the fucking Raiders? He would have turned that whole shit around.
Why wasn't there interim coach that had to carry on after the firing of Gruden, and he still got them to the playoffs?
They got through the
He
playoffs.
was so respected. Like I thought he
Yeah.
coached himself well enough to earn that job.
I think he was a good substitute. I don't know if he with a bunch of people having film on him and his coaching style and this and that. I don't think he proved enough to like, oh, look, give me a year or give me a year or two. Like, but I think it's better than McDaniels. I would have stuck with him over McDaniels.
He proved better than Jim Tomsula. I don't want to hear your shit. Okay.
Oh jeez.
Yes,
Oh, God.
I said it. Yes.
Oh God.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Now, we mentioned
Am I
some of
wrong?
these hires. Nori, I know you're happy with the Giants hire, but with what has come out recently, I know you're definitely not happy with the way it's been handled.
So, actually, it's funny. Like a lot of times, I'm a big believer in calling out a franchise. You guys know me. My franchise fucks up. I'll definitely say no, fuck them. Like I don't just blindly love them. You know what I mean? But I don't. I think the media is like kind of running with the Giants. But really, like Miami, what they did to him is way worse. Like the Giants' mistake was communication. Right? The Maras shouldn't have gotten involved. They got Flores' hopes up. Mars was telling him that, oh yeah, you could be the guy and you're a serious candidate and this and that, whatever. And they should have just let him do his interview thing. And unfortunately, Flores was the victim of, it's all about who you know, because Shane saw how much of we need offense and how much of a juggernaut Dable really turned Buffalo into, right? So he's like, that's my guy, that's what I want. And every GM has the right to do that, honestly. But it can't be 30 to 32 fucking NFL teams all thinking, no, let me just go get my buddy. Like something has to give. So,
I'll take a chance.
Also, before all this happened, we did give Leslie Frazier 2 interviews as well. So the Rooney Rule is already met at that point. So, do I think it's odd that they haven't had a black coach? Yes, but they did have a Super Bowl winning general manager, Jerry Reese, also that was black. You know what I mean? So yeah, they for sure need to have more color in their fucking in that organization. I'm not disputing that at all. But I think what Miami did was way worse. What the Broncos did was bad too. John Elway made him wait an hour and a half for his interview, and they dicked him around and basically just did the bare minimum for a Rooney Rule. Miami wanted to pay him $100,000 per loss for the owner. I really hope he just wins against the NFL. I hope he wins. I really do.
Yeah. If you're not sure if you haven't heard what we're talking about, I'm sure you have by now. Brian Flores, and he's still under consideration for some other coaching jobs. So this is a major thing. In essence, the lawsuit he's filed, a lot of people seem to think this ends his career. This ends his coaching career, especially in the NFL.
I think it does.
He's suing the NFL, the Miami Dolphins, the New York Giants, and the Denver Broncos, alleging racism, among other things, and not getting a fair chance at a coaching job. A lot of this stems from the fact that, and this is entered as part of evidence in his lawsuit, is that before he even interviewed with the Giants, he got a congratulatory text from Bill Belichick, who Belichick thought he was sending it to Brian Daboll. Whoops. Now, whether that was intentional or not, I don't think it was, but it's one way for Belichick to get back at the Giants, right? But he was sending them saying, hey, heard you're the guy, congrats. And Flores is like, what, the Giants? I interviewed with them on Thursday. Like, he hadn't interviewed with them yet. But finding out that way that the Giants had already picked who they wanted, and he felt like he was still had to go for the interview, like that was a sham interview. And I know you mentioned they already fit the Rooney Rule, but if you already made your decision, why haven't you canceled this interview? Like, why are you wasting this guy's time?
Exactly.
Yes, and then you mentioned, of course, that the owner of the Dolphins in 2019 offered to pay Flores $100,000 for every loss if they could get a better draft pick. Obviously, they wanted... oh, God damn it. Why does his name escape me? Quarterback for the Bengals. Joe Burrow.
Oh, Joe Burrow.
Obviously, they wanted Joe Burrow, and for good reason, right? They end up with the number 5 pick. Cincy, as we know, gets Joe Burrow. But now Hugh Jackson has joined in with this lawsuit. It's becoming a class action lawsuit. He's got evidence, he claims, that the same thing happened when he was with Cleveland. The Browns were offering him money to tank. And of course, the NFL's being sued on this. People are wondering, did Goodell know about this? Does Goodell know that teams are doing this? What is going on here?
I don't even think it matters if he knows or not. The teams need to be punished if they're doing it.
No, if the evidence comes out there and they find it that any team that's found that's like paying a coach to lose and they're basically then, okay, we're paying you this money to lose, and then we're going to fire you and claim because you were a shitty coach because you had these losing seasons. First of all, props on Flores for not taking the tank job thing. Good on him for standing up for himself, having the integrity, saying, no, I'm trying to win. Hugh Jackson, same thing. But if an owner is doing this,
they should be stripped of their ownership immediately.
Exactly.
And Stephen Ross, for a long time, has been one of the worst owners in all of sports, not just the NFL, but all of sports. And I think he should have been stripped of the Dolphins a long time ago because I feel so bad that they haven't won shit since fucking 71. That's crazy.
Yeah, nothing since the Don Shula years. So, but this is some serious shit, and I wonder if any other former coaches are going to come out and join this.
They are. Yeah, they are. I mean, they were just. There's also a point where I think they may have been waiting for something to hit before they jumped on top of it. I mean, that's kind of like Hugh Jackson. So he just. I think there'll be a few more that jump in the next week or so, and we'll have some more fireworks at this point.
Did Jackson, I understand he's not a coach in the NFL right now. I know he interviewed for some positions, got passed over. I mean, hell, prior to the hiring of Byron Leftwich, there had been only one black NFL head coach, Mike Tomlin. So, yeah.
And everybody hides behind that. Oh, the NFL's not racist. Look at Mike Tomlin. Yeah, look at the one guy out of hundreds of candidates who hasn't been fired. And come on, dude. There's a massive race problem.
Teams. Look at the ratio on that. Come on.
Exactly, Mike. Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You have one guy out of everybody. Hey, you go to basketball, you can make the NBA. Look at your odds. Come on, dude.
This is an admirable move by Brian Flores, and I applaud him for this. I hope he wins his lawsuit. But let's be honest here. On some level, this blacklists him much like the NFL's blacklisted Colin Kaepernick.
Absolutely will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. NFL wants to get away with the racism and ignorance. They don't want it exposed.
Yeah. He was still a candidate for the Houston job. Possibly could have been a candidate for the New Orleans job.
Who was the Texans coach this year? Who wasn't he black? The Texans coach this year?
Yeah, I forget his name. But he was set up to fail.
No reason.
He was set up to fail. One season.
The Texans should be in that. The Texans should be in that fucking lawsuit, and he should come in with them because
they should. So
how do you fire him over what? Would you think? A Super Bowl team? You didn't even have Watson. You had nothing.
Yeah. And then you claim it's because we sat down and talked to him and he had a different vision for the future of the team.
Yeah, probably he wanted to win, and you.
The vision is to win.
Our vision to win. Yeah.
Everyone thought they weren't going to win a game at all, And
I thought they overachieved. I thought they overachieved. Honestly,
they definitely did. They finished the season as a scary team. So
God King Mills.
Hey,
yeah.
So Nori, what's your vision for the team? To win? You want to win? Oh,
what?
All right.
No,
Fuck that.
We're not doing that. That's fucking stupid. We're not doing that shit.
Don't let me go to the NFL. You want to pay me $100,000 to lose? Bet. I got family to feed. Let me go be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, and I will make sure I get paid every fucking week.
Oh my god.
No problem.
We'll have a number 1 draft pick, though. I guarantee it.
Guarantee it.
Fine, I'm drafting a kicker.
He'll be $1.7 million richer, right? So you think about it.
Fine, I'll always draft.
Wait, does that include preseason games?
Nah, they don't count.
Yeah, no.
Rob,
only
and
draft.
you'll be the first team to go 0-17 in the current meta.
And he'll be the richest, the highest paid coach coming out of it too.
I'll keep Dallas competitive. I'll make sure we draft the USC quarterback.
But dude, if you want to do that, we're just going to lose for the next 10 years if we're doing a USC quarterback. The fuck would you do that for?
Make sure to trade he'll pull a Bill O'Brien before he leaves the franchise.
right before he leaves.
So, I'm interested to see how many other coaches come in or coaching candidates come in and join in on this lawsuit. It's just funny to me how we talked about the Rooney Rule, we talked about racism in the NFL, and this shit's coming out now. Jesus, what else have we talked about that we speculated about that is actually true out there?
So I just read something on ESPN. So Flores' lawyers, they actually said that they have already had other coaches reach out to them. They haven't released names yet, but other coaches have reached out to them about this with similar stories.
It's a class action lawsuit.
It's becoming about a week. Yeah.
I'm saying within the week we're gonna hear some more shit.
Flores had the balls to come out and do this because he definitely jeopardized his career And
Yeah.
I hope a lot of black coaches come out and saying, okay, cool, here's my actual record. Here's the dumbass other white guy you replaced me with. Now, some of them, they weren't the best candidate. It doesn't mean because they're skin color you have to hire them. That's not what they're saying. They're saying that if clearly this offensive coordinator has them, like Eric Beamey from Kansas City, absolutely had a much better fucking track record than Joe Judge.
Yeah.
A special teams coordinator with no offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator, recommendations. Like, again, that was a big fuck up. That to me, like,
I agree, and I always thought like, because so many teams passed him over for the job, I was like, is he a bad interview? Like, does he just not interview well? But now with this news coming out, it's like, there's something deeper going on here.
And the Texans firing him for one season, it's like they do the due diligence. Like, again, Flores, one or two seasons, all right, get out. But he did enough to stay there. It's not like Judge, where he's like fucking 4-20 in 2 seasons, my king. Like, Flores did work with a not that good Miami squad, and he didn't want to. He did not want to. He wanted Justin Herbert.
Yes.
That's why Ross should not be an owner anymore. He overrode
He got a
the
respectable
coach.
defense out of it too.
Yeah.
They got what, Mike?
He got a
Their
respectable defense out of it too.
You're right. You're right. He
did.
did. Overachieved. Absolutely.
Yeah, and they're a young defense too, so he could just keep them going. I mean, they'll just improve. They're only going to get better.
I mean, shit, they were only one game out of the playoffs when we gave them so much crap for losing to Jacksonville and London. So
That's true.
it's obviously a great coach.
I think these owners should be stripped. I don't think the fans should be stripped of like them losing draft picks and shit like that, because then the fans lose. In my opinion, I think this should come out of the owners' pockets, or the owners should be stripped of their ownership, or straight up. I really do. And again, I think a lot of this can be solved. A lot of this can be solved.
They won't lose their ownership, bro. Like you hit the nail on the head. They're gonna lose the draft picks. If you're gonna punish a team, that's how you punish it. And you're right.
And that's why the NBA will always be better, because when they have shitty owners, they get rid of these shitty owners.
You're right.
Well, under Adam Silver, they did.
Under Adam Silver,
David Stern didn't do a whole lot of shit with it.
No,
But
Stern just sat there and just did nothing but collected a check. But in Silver, that's why he's a fantastic commissioner.
Yep.
He's like, oh, you're a racist piece of shit. Oh, you're doing this. All right, bet. Get out of here.
See,
NFL
that's
doesn't
the
do
thing.
that.
If you think about it, you're still gonna hurt them, right? You hurt them in their pockets, because if they have shitty owners, they're gonna have shitty teams. Shitty teams means fans won't go to your games, and you won't make any money. So at the end of the day, you're gonna hurt them. It's just a slower process to do it.
But I mean, like Nori said, like if they might lose fans over this. Nori's wondering how much the Giants are involved with this as well. Like, if it comes out like the owner, the GM, or whoever is full on racist, or has made some racist hiring practices or whatever, or is accounted for race in
It's
that,
going to be hard as hell to cheer them on. It really is.
yeah,
Would you,
like
be a Niners
you might
fan?
just wear an NFL official's jersey for about a year or two to kind of pass
I
the
would
time.
buy you a jersey if you become a Niners fan.
I
Come
don't
to
know, man.
LA, become a Rams fan.
I like when we get to the Super Bowl, we win. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know.
I mean, that may be true, but you'll have more than the Giants automatically.
I think I'll just be a Titans fan. That way, I won't expect anything.
Oh, never mind.
You know what?
Sorry.
Coming from
We're
Bro,
gonna argue with you on
fire
that.
tonight.
Forever
Yeah.
the underdog with this team. I swear to God. So but props
You
to
could just become a Dallas fan.
Oh,
Jesus.
oh,
I swear to God, Nori's fandom's going to be up for sale if this shit goes down. So
No, because all I have to do is say we them boys year after year, and they're just like expect mediocrity. I can do that. We've
it's gonna
been
ruin
mediocre
your
10
liver,
years.
bro. Trust me,
Sure.
it's going to ruin your liver. That's what's going to happen. So you thought you drank as a Giants fan? Shit.
Yeah, dude, my heart's it's stopped a few times, and that's that's something. I don't think you
Yeah.
want that. I really don't. Like your hopes
But-
get up, and then they just completely dash them,
maybe
and then
I'll
they
just-
give you one
maybe
more
I'll just
silver
be,
hope, and then fuck it.
I'll just be a Steelers fan because they get away with everything. So
Oh, disappointing.
Yeah. We'll see who picks up like a quarterback too, because there's so many teams out there looking for quarterbacks now. As
for Jimmy G
Sure.
right now.
yeah,
Pretty sure Colin Kaepernick's still out there. Just throwing that out.
yeah, he is. A lot of teams looking. Hello.
Oh yeah,
Tampa.
they're calling you.
yeah, I think he sued for racism too, and they settled.
Yeah.
They settled. This time, you have a bunch of black coaches who are going in, a lot more respected than Kaepernick, and I can't wait. Honestly, like I don't think the Giants will be hit too hard on this. I really don't, because it just seems like Maras were more stupid than they were racist. I think there is a difference. There's racially insensitive, there's actual racism, and there's just fucking stupid. And I think the Maras were just really fucking stupid. But
and in the case of this lawsuit, the Dolphins are the ones right now coming out looking like the worst.
they are, and their owner before all this, we've said so many times how like he overrode. Again, we heard how he overrode Flores getting Justin Herbert. Like, come on, dude. Like, it's frustrating as a fan. I like the Dolphins. I always have.
Yeah.
You know, and it's wild to me that their true fans have to suffer through an incompetent fucking owner. Because I already do that with the Knicks. You know,
Yeah.
I can't imagine what they do with the Dolphins. It's the same shit. They haven't won since the 70s. Because your owner is getting involved in a bunch of bullshit he should not be. You hire experts. That's what a leader does. Hire somebody smarter than you.
Props to Brian Flores for doing this. Props for him stepping up, putting his career on the line. Mad respect to you. And I will have a lot of respect if any team comes out and says, you know what, I'm going to hire Brian Flores, even if it's a coordinator job or a coaching job. I know a lot of people think, well, he's going legal action, like that's potentially going to disqualify him from a coaching job. Some teams should step up and do it. If they really are in supporting of what his lawsuit is all about, if he's the best qualified candidate for a job, for some of the open head coaching or coordinator jobs, fucking do it. Hire him. Who cares if he's got pending litigation? He can
I want to
still do
see
his job well.
Flores go to a team and be like, "Fuck it, I'm picking up Kaepernick."
Could happen.
Right away. I'd become their biggest fan,
Yeah,
just because
that would be
like,
amazing. That would be amazing.
to get you
So,
to the rest of the NFL. Let's go.
all right. Well,
Houston's looking.
you guys ready to make fun of a team that we
No,
we can all
I
hate?
don't like making fun of people. Nice.
I make
it's
fun of
the
the Niners all
Washington
the time.
football team we're about to make fun of. How about that? So
Oh, bet.
yeah.
No.
Cancel culture. Cancel culture.
Cancel culture, yes. The worst kept secret in name reveals: the Washington Commanders,
The commies.
the
Commies.
commies.
Yes.
Yes, and it's even more so. You know, everyone's wondering, well, the San Antonio Commanders of the AAF, they copy that. Why did they call the San Antonio Commies? Well, for one, we didn't have a red and yellow color scheme to our jerseys. That just plays so much more into the Washington franchise here. So,
Oh, I can't wait for the
Of
rest
all
of
the
memes to
choices,
come out.
yes.
Out of all the choices given to you, I just don't understand. And again, this is what I'm talking about. We need a third-party neutral person to go in there and just have like a leather glove. And every time an owner just does or says something fucking stupid, they should have the legal right to just wreck their face with it every single time. And
Okay,
this is one of those times.
in their defense, red and yellow have been a thing for the Washington team for a long time.
Yeah,
Is
but
it-
you don't
it's a-
think
it's
that
a-
maybe that might communist overtones here, Commander?
Nah.
Absolutely. I
We
mean,
got rid of
I think-
Redskins to name ourselves after the people that killed the Native Americans. Like, seriously, you know?
Well, they killed a lot more than just Native Americans.
Well, I
They
know
killed,
that,
right?
but that's what we're thinking of here, right? You know?
their owner is. I mean,
Think about this, guys. We're getting America's team versus North Korea's team when you think about it. So,
my God.
twice a year.
we get the Cold War.
It's a Cold War all over
Cold War.
again. We got McCarthyism back in Washington. That's basically what it is. So,
I'd rather root for the
before
communists
we
than
get
the
to
Dallas
battle
Damn.
I was waiting on that.
At least communism in theory is supposed to be successful.
Wait,
Um,
so we have America's team
Cowboys.
versus North Korea's team?
like, are they going to build a wall around the stadium and call it like the commie wall or something? Like the Berlin Wall?
I mean, they should start doing something. I mean, their stadium was falling apart.
I mean-
So, I mean, they might.
Bro,
start doing
people are
something.
bringing their own
I'm trying to
benches.
sabotage Philly.
People
Yeah.
are bringing their own benches. That like, what are you doing, bro? You're a billionaire. Why?
Well, you know you gotta save money somewhere.
Ooh.
Holy
He's
shit!
getting ready to sell. He's potentially being forced to sell the team in the future. I mean, who knows, right? You know?
Him and Steven Ross should absolutely be forced to sell their team.
You know what? They're gonna sell it to each other and just trade teams.
And we also had those 650,000 emails that they got real quiet on about what was in there.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
no one's talked about those in a while. But
Right. So, you know, there's NFL's got a lot of fucking dirt that I wish that, you know, again, third party person would go in there and go, oh yeah, okay, cool, we're gonna punish you for all this. But, you know,
So
We'll see.
next year, sports minorities is gonna be about soccer because American football is gonna be all.
Well, at least later this year we'll be talking about it with the World Cup. So
they keep getting away with everything, Rob. But like that, like in our lifetime, I don't think they'll properly be punished as most people feel like they should be. We racist owners, you know, like you have. Why did Gruden have to pay the price for all that? It wasn't just him. He paid.
No, I'm
What
sure
if
there's
everybody
more
else?
that hasn't been leaked. You just
Exactly.
had a disgruntled
Exactly.
Raiders fan probably that got some access to it.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's
I'm sure there's tons.
it's so many names they could have gone with. I don't like the choice. It.
It's terrible.
Hail to the commies.
Sucks.
Is that the song now? Hail to the commies.
Yes. That's,
I don't-
yes.
So
That's it.
now I know they had trademark issues. They were basically forced to change a name because FedEx says if you don't, we're taking our name off the stadium. And that's really ultimately what hit Snyder. I'm never changing the name. Well, when you start hitting him in the pocketbook, you had no choice. I feel like they should have stuck with football team. It was unique. The city was starting to embrace it. This is the football team. This is our football team. I think they just wanted to get a mascot, but they went too soon about it.
Man, I want to miss all the WFT things and.
I know.
And they had 2 years, and this is what he came up with.
Exactly. They just...
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Let's see. Fans are going to have fun with this. Like, how many fans are
Man.
going to dress up as, communist dictators every time they come to town? Just
Absolutely.
So...
You have to.
DJ's already planning his cosplay out as Kim
You're goddamn
Jong-un.
right.
Yep.
Figured as much.
Now, it's funny we mentioned, teams changing names. This one didn't really change the city, but there's been a history of so much recently of, teams in all sports that have, switched cities and switched names. And I thought it'd be fun to, quiz you guys to see if you know any of these.
We don't.
Let's find out. So,
All right.
Let's
all
do
right.
it.
I got the 4 major sports. Now, I will say this. All the name changes I'm talking about here, they've switched a city and a mascot name, and they are current mascots, current teams right now. So,
already
for
know what one
example,
of them
if I
is gonna
if I
be.
give you, I'll give you guys the easy one here. If I say an NBA team in 2008, the Seattle SuperSonics became the
Oklahoma City
Oklahoma
Thunder.
City Thunder.
Oklahoma City Thunder. So let's let's keep it with basketball here. In 1963, the Syracuse Nationals became the what?
Syracuse Nationals?
Yeah.
Syracuse Nationals?
Toronto Raptors.
No, that was an expansion team.
Yeah, I know.
I thought you were right, Mike. I was like, shit, he got it.
I was impressed.
Google that shit. He said that shit with
They'll
confidence
be
too.
Googling. Don't be Googling. Come on now.
I'm not.
I have.
I'm not Googling.
I have-
sir.
I don't know.
Rob
They
is
I don't even know.
okay.
The
I'm about to
Philadelphia,
Google it. So what's the
Philadelphia
answer?
76ers. And in 1970, yeah,
Okay,
Alright.
no, that make okay.
Yeah. 1973, the Dallas Chaparrals became the
The Dallas Mavericks.
no.
Oh shit.
Ah.
Never mind.
Scrub.
You fucking.
I was feeling confident there, bro. Just
Yeah,
Dallas.
well, you were last time too, Mike. You didn't get it right. Fuck.
Listen. Okay.
Houston Rockets.
I didn't.
No.
This guy was smart.
San Antonio Spurs.
San Antonio Spurs. That's right.
Oh hell yeah! Just kept
okay.
throwing shit.
They-
Yeah, I was gonna say you just keep throwing out names. Fuck.
The Spurs owner at the time actually bought the team for $1 and moved them to San
You
Antonio
gotta
and named
be
them the San
shitting
Antonio
me.
Spurs. Yes.
You have got to be shitting.
Got to be
Nope.
shitting me.
Throw out a
Got to
game
be
for-
shitting.
Shit, the Spurs for
fucking
$1.
Dallas.
Bought the Spurs for $1. There it is. ABA team, San Antonio, and the rest is history. So
That's
Oh,
unbelievable.
that's right. Wasn't the ABA going bankrupt?
it was getting close to it, and the Spurs are
That's
one of the ones that
right.
survived. So
That's right.
the best part is some of the owners that didn't make it past the merger, they still get like a multi-million-dollar payout every year as part of their deal, because they negotiated they would get a certain percentage of NBA revenue for the rest of their lives, and then the TV contracts hit. So you think Bobby Bonilla gets paid to do nothing? You should see these guys. So, yeah. Let's do a little. Let's do NFL. There's two here. 1963, the Dallas Texans became the what?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs, correct. And then these are the easy ones here. 96, the Cleveland Browns.
Became the Cleveland
Baltimore
Browns.
Ravens.
Baltimore Ravens.
Baltimore Ravens, yes.
I knew that one.
And the city moved back to Cleveland. The history moved back to Cleveland when the Browns were redone as an expansion. So, all right, baseball. 1954, the St. Louis Browns moved to what city and became the what?
No clue.
Cleveland Indians.
No. Well,
Damn. I was trying to keep it racist. That's why.
okay.
Okay, all right, Mike.
They
Jesus
became
Christ.
the Baltimore Orioles.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
Now,
Okay.
there have been two versions of the Washington Senators. The first time they moved out of Washington, they became the what in 1961?
Bullets? Thought it was basketball. Just
That's
kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bullets. I don't know.
The
Yeah.
Minnesota Twins.
Really?
And then the funny part is, the year after they moved out of Minnesota, they started another version of the Washington Senators. And then 10 years later, they left again and became...
Bitches.
I call them bitches now, yeah.
I have
the-
no idea.
Texas
I
Rangers.
have no idea.
The Texas
Okay.
Rangers, yeah.
Mm,
So,
Really?
1970, the Seattle Pilots. Seattle did have a Major League Baseball team at one point.
Seattle
before
Pilots.
the Mariners. Huh?
Before the Mariners?
Before the
Wow.
Mariners.
Or the Mariners.
They
That's,
moved east and became the
Oh.
what?
Or I have no idea.
This one's a DJ question. Go.
why would it be a DJ question?
I have no idea.
I just figured you know more than I do.
The Milwaukee
Mike, I do know
Brewers.
one thing, but yeah, not about this particular area.
I would never have
Yeah,
guessed that.
so many little history here, but here's the easy one on baseball. 2004 Montreal Expos.
Tampa Bay Rays.
Huh?
What?
No.
He said Tampa Bay Rays. I was like, wait.
The
Oh,
Rays
wait,
were an
no,
expansion team. But in 2004, the Montreal Expos left Canada to become the Washington Nationals.
Oh.
Hmm.
I thought you guys remember that.
Really?
Like we were alive then, so
Mm.
yeah. Let's see. You guys want me to do the hockey ones too? Because those are just like fucking convoluted and crazy. So
No, we're
Well, I
good.
have
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I won't get.
I'll just read them off for you. In '82, the Colorado Rockies. There was a hockey team called the Colorado Rockies. They moved to New Jersey and became the Devils.
The Devils.
93, the Minnesota North Stars. Y'all might get this one. You should know. DJ, you should know.
The Dallas Stars.
The
Stars?
Dallas Stars, yes.
Okay,
Very
I
good.
got one.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
95, the Quebec Nordiques became the Colorado Avalanche, and in their first season after the move, won the Stanley Cup, of course. 96, the Winnipeg Jets became the Phoenix Coyotes, then the Arizona Coyotes, then the Phoenix Coyotes again, then the Arizona Coyotes. They just keep going back and forth, and
They
now
go back and forth, don't they?
they just need a fucking arena at this point. Like,
They're just running, bro.
yeah. Then 97,
Oh,
the
that's
Hartford
right.
Whalers became the Carolina Hurricanes. And then in 2011, the Atlanta Thrashers went to Winnipeg and became the new version of the Winnipeg Jets.
The
So,
Jets again.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Wait, there was a team called the Thrashers. I never knew this.
Atlanta, yeah, exactly. That's how
Wow.
that's how much the city of Atlanta didn't support them.
Atlanta
Wow.
Thrashers.
They didn't give a fuck.
They did not.
All they
Me
have
too.
is the Hawks,
Yeah.
the fucking Falcons, and then the Thrashers. Jesus.
The beauty
Sounds
of
like an
this
80s
is
metal band.
all these. Huh? What's up?
That sounds like an 80s metal band. That's fucking dope.
That's
It
right.
does.
Sounds like they all play
it
Crossfire.
was after they left. 28-3 happened a few years later. See, that's what it was. They were doomed after the Thrashers left. Fucking
Yep.
knew it.
But the funny part is, looking at this, like so many other of these great names could have been great for the Washington football team. The Seattle Pilots,
I
the
mean-
Washington Pilots, maybe Washington
Thrashers.
Senators,
That might have been.
That
Yeah.
might have been cool. You know?
Yeah. I wouldn't have made fun of them as much.
No, I don't think so.
They could have picked almost anything and it would have been better.
Yeah,
Like they could have been the Washington other Redskins and it still would have been better than like literally anything. The Redskins, the Blueskins, they could have picked anything that would have been a better option than what they picked. That was terrible.
the Admirals, Armada. Like, come on, you know? There's, I don't know. It's one of those things where I feel like they should have gotten the fan base involved. Take
They did.
suggestions from fans. Did
They
they
did.
really? They didn't
They
do
did.
enough then. You know?
They did. They literally their social media was like, "What do you think of this? What do you think of this? What do you think of that?" And they're like, "No, just kidding."
Yeah, but I mean, I think
See-
back to when like the Titans were trying to figure their name out. They took submissions from people in the local area because they were the Tennessee Oilers for a few years until they moved to Nashville.
Yeah,
You know,
but don't forget, like, the way social media works now, like, every name that they put out, someone bought the name. Like, they bought the website, they bought the domain, they bought all the
smart business.
right. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
how are you gonna announce these before you've actually purchased them? Like, you have a multi-million-dollar budget. Just go out, buy all the domain names that you think you might want to use, and then put it out. Like,
And that was the thing though, is like this was kind of sprung on him because someone bought the names years prior to them dropping the Redskins name. You
well,
know?
yeah, because they had already been planning out. They'd have been talking about it, and like,
Yeah.
man, I need to be one of y'all's team social media guy because y'all do some stupid shit when you're like, hey, let's announce this, and then like, let's go buy all the names after the fact. I'm like,
Oh, that's the problem. Dan Snyder wouldn't hire you because you're not white. So.
hey, I've got my name, my legal name is whitish enough. All right. So like, if I can just
that
get
would
that
get you in
phone
for an
call,
interview.
all I
Yeah.
need to do is get the phone call and do good on the phone interview. After that, how I actually look doesn't matter because he won't see me.
See, but would it be a phone call or a Zoom call? That's the thing.
It'd be a Zoom call, but I can, mess with the camera. I'm technically savvy. Like, I can be lighter than I normally am. Maybe
I
look
mean, but whose name is more whiter, yours or mine? That's
Look, Mr. Edwards.
I say
think
Rob's
Rob-
for sure.
Jones. Come
really.
on, yeah.
Like,
I'd-
let's
yeah,
be
Rob
honest.
is-
There's a
yeah.
player in the NFL with the same name as yours. And we know that guy's black.
That
so.
listen,
Okay.
that was an exception.
Okay.
That's an exception. I bet you if you Google my name right now, you'll find a lot more white guys than black guys.
You know what? Let's see.
Yeah, well, we're fucking
Casey's
doing
Let me
it.
see what the first
Oh, is
result
this-
is that pops up here.
It's
Yep.
probably gonna be.
Black
It's gonna
guy
be
in
the
the
football
NFL.
player. No,
That's
it's
what
gonna
it
be
is.
the football
So-
player.
Yeah. So, football safety.
Yeah, I mean, that works. If you put your full name, Mike, then Michael Jackson comes up. Just so you know,
Yeah.
just a heads up.
There it is.
Shut up. First of all,
I'm just telling you what comes up. That's what I'm looking at. It.
Well, guys, we thank you for sitting through with us on this podcast episode because, let's face it, none of us really wanted to talk about the Pro Bowl because who gives a shit?
Gives a fuck.
Yeah. And there was so much more compelling stuff to talk about. I do, on a personal level, want to shout out Cedric Mullins, a outfielder for the Baltimore Orioles, who recently had his very first All-Star baseball season in 2021, and revealed in an interview that prior to last year, he was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. As you guys know, I'm coming up on my 4-year anniversary of my diagnosis, and despite that, and dropping his, had been a switch hitter, decided to stick as a left-handed hitter, and made his first All-Star game, despite battling Crohn's disease, a recent diagnosis. And I can tell you, like, the tweet, I put this out on one of my Twitter, and a friend of mine who's also a Crohn's warrior like myself said the bounce back is always much sweeter. So congrats to Cedric Mullins, joining a long list of athletes, David Gerard, Larry Nance Jr., that have fought Crohn's disease and are still battling it and still making a career of it. I wish him a long and successful career, and you guys in Baltimore got a treasure there with the Orioles. So congrats to Cedric Mullins, and keep fighting the fight, man. So it's great to see, at least for me on a personal level. So, all right, guys, enjoy what I like to call the NFL's bye week because nobody gives a shit about the Pro Bowl. So it's not even.
Wait, nobody's gonna watch the Pro Bowl?
No, maybe the skill stuff where they play dodgeball. That's more
I
entertaining.
am here for the commercials.
Yep. I'll watch when they do the dodgeball contest. That's always fun. So,
Yeah, the skill shit that I'll tune in for. The actual game itself, I'm not gonna fucking watch that shit.
yeah. The AFC, as much as they've tried to change, it's just one of those games that's like, is it really necessary? Like,
There's nothing. There's nothing at risk.
no, there really isn't.
Like at least with the NBA, it's like home. Like the what was it? Is it the NBA that does it?
Major League Baseball used to do home field advantage in the
Home
World
field advantage
Series.
to the one. Yeah. Home
Yeah,
field
but
advantage.
not anymore. That's done with. So there's really nothing on the line in any All-Star game, but it's just with the collision sport like football, no one wants to get hurt, so
Right.
it's not worth it. But Thanks, guys, for joining us. We do appreciate it. Next week, we will talk all about Super Bowl 56, Cincinnati, and the Los Angeles Rams. A little discussion, make our predictions. What are some of the great storylines going in? And, yeah, that's where we're going to be. And then pretty much at season's end, we'll give our little report cards and say goodbye to football season. It's one of the saddest times of the year, guys. I know. So, one final question before we sign off. The Winter Olympics are starting. What is y'all's favorite Winter Olympic sport?
Jamaican bobsled team.
Jamaican bobsled team.
Wait. These are the favorite sport. He said the Jamaican bobsled team.
Sorry, the sport. You're just the team that you're rooting for. That's great.
The and bobsled event is what I meant to say.
Closing ceremony. That's my favorite.
The closing. Wow.
Wow. That is a Nori answer right there. Yes.
Okay, this will be actually an unexpected answer, but I actually am really excited about the snowboard half pipe. So yeah.
You're so white.
SSX, baby. Yeah, there you go. So.
Shut up! Why can't I just be
You didn't deny it either.
excited?
Yeah, what?
about
He's
it?
really trying to sell it so he can get an IT job with an NFL team. That's what it is.
Yeah.
The name thing, you know? So,
Gotta get that white thing in there.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Chicken Wing, do you have a favorite event in the Winter Olympics?
I answered it. The Jamaican bobsled team.
Okay. Sorry. No.
No, like they qualified.
Yeah, I know they qualified. That's
No,
it.
no, no,
That's
no.
a legit bobsled team.
Event.
Great. So,
I guess the one that actually catches me.
He's
I
big
think-
into figure skating.
No. That's more DJ. But I'm more into
You,
ski
Mike?
jump.
to
Ski
what?
jump. The ski jump.
Ski jump? Oh, yeah. Ski jump.
That shit looks hard as fuck, bro.
Mine, and you give Rob shit about being white, and I don't care what you make fun of me about this. I love curling.
Hockey.
Curling, baby.
What you do?
Curling is fucking badass at the Olympics. Sweep, goddammit, sweep, man.
This guy.
You
Yeah.
are fucking white.
You know,
bro.
have you ever tried to do it? It's actually really hard.
It looks hard. I want to try it, but geez, I don't know, I'm probably slipping and falling over the place on the ice. But,
The balance you need is actually kind of a lot.
it's insane.
Like,
Yeah.
it's slow and like it's easy when things are fast and quick, but when shit's slow, it's so hard to stay balanced.
Yeah. So I always enjoy watching that. I am excited to see more of the. There's going to be a lot of focus on the women's hockey tournament this year because there's no NHL players in the men's side of it. So I think that's going to put a big spotlight on that, and I think that's going to be pretty cool. So
It's mostly college players, isn't it? It's like
college or under 20 or like prospects basically, just because the NHL had to cancel so many games. They're using this break they had scheduled to make up all these COVID cancellations they had before and get the season back on track. So, but yeah, enjoy the Winter Olympic opening ceremonies. Again, we'll talk Super Bowl next week. So again, I'm JC, your resident, still heartbroken, but really enjoying the Super Bowl matchup. Titans fan. And joining me, of course, is
Chicken Wing. I boycotted the Super Bowl, so I'm not watching it. Fuck all of you. I hate
You
you.
are watching it. You're watching the commercials.
Nah.
you're gonna watch
Yeah, you
halftime
are.
show.
Nope.
Fuck out of here.
Nope.
Parents of the world out there, their kids are about to realize who their parents really are at the halftime show. So
That's true.
I'm Nori. The Giants aren't racist. They'll just never hire a black coach. So, yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Rob, snowboarding guy. Maybe I'm white, so how about that interview? Let me know. Hit me up.
Wow.
need an IT guy? Here you go.
DJ here, and got my popcorn ready for all the breaking news we'll be getting about this class action lawsuit in the next couple of weeks.
Good luck to Brian Flores. I hope you win. I hope you expose any racist practice there. Make the game better. Thanks everyone for listening. Enjoy your NFL bye week, and we'll catch y'all next week on the Sports Artist Podcast. See ya.
Thanks everyone once again for listening to the Sports Minorities podcast. We do appreciate it. If you want to keep the conversation going, we're on Twitter at Sports Minor Pod and also on Facebook at Sports Minorities. Our YouTube channel, Sports Minorities. Search on there. We live stream every now and then, just some random stuff. And you can also reach us via email, sports.minorities@gmail.com. We do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to us, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Welcome to the 49ers, Nori. I appreciate you joining my team.
Yeah. Buy a jersey for me.
I will. I definitely will. You want Debo? I got you, Debo.
I want Owens.
Ooh.
All right, bet.
I thought he was going to say Montana. He wanted like a actual legend and shit. So, you know.
I want the guy who spiked in the Dallas Star twice.
I mean, I can't be mad at that. You right.